Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Admiral Markets. This is a live webinar looking at the Italian referendum poll and the possible impact on Europe and the financial markets. My name is Chris. This webinar is hosted by Admiral Markets, and Nenad is with me today as well. Here you can see our Twitter handles just in case you are on that platform. Before we kick off today's webinar, though, as always, be aware of these two disclaimers. First of all, the webinar is intended for global, or is shown to global audience, but may not be suitable for everyone. Please visit admiralmarketsglobal.com, select your country of residence, and contact an appropriate entity for more details on that. Plus, please be aware that trading for exchange and global financial markets in general are considered high risk. Please seek the advice of an independent financial advisor for more information on that. This webinar is for informational and educational purposes only. By continuing watching this webinar, you agree with this disclaimer, and you are aware of the risk involved when trading. All right, thank you so much for your attention on that. Nenad and I, myself, Chris, are here, but also we have a special guest today, in fact, from Admiral Markets that looks at the Spanish and Italian markets specifically, but also, of course, the world markets, looking at basically a trading strategist and analyst at Admiral Markets, Giancarlo Prisco. Welcome, Giancarlo. He's here with us. Today, he's going to say some few words, first of all, before Nenad and I take a look at the markets. And he had a great article on the Italian referendum that you can find on the Trader's blog. Here you see a snapshot of that, a screenshot of that Italian referendum. Please take a look at the blog. Go to analytics and blog for the entire article. So, hi, Giancarlo. Good to have you here.
Good evening. Nice to stay here with you and all people here. Sorry for my bad English because I don't speak a lot English, as you can understand. I speak more Italian and Spanish, so for me, I try to explain all concept the more simply I can.
Great.
Thank you.
Great. Would you like to have the screen? Would you like to show something, or is this okay?
Well, if you want, we can speak something political if you want, or if you need something more technical, no problem. To see, for example, some pair, some forex advices as you want, no problem for me.
It's up to you what you had prepared, basically. What is fine. Maybe you want to walk us through the dynamics that you're seeing in Italy. What are is it emotional, this debate about the yes or no vote, for instance?
Well, the first problem of this referendum is more the effect of this referendum could be more short term because as we know, Europe in this moment live a very difficult situation from a political view and economic view. I would like to remember to all that the next 2 weeks, in the next two weeks, we see various very important economic appointment. The first one is Italy referendum and election in Austria. Next Thursday, we have a central bank, European Central Bank reunion, where Mario Draghi have to explain how he thinks to up the inflation in Europe. And the last one, that is the clue of this year. As you know, the Fed reunion on 13th December, where we have to see if dollar up very fast, and as we know, the effect could be very, very terrific in all Forex area. We can about this referendum. The only thing that I think it's important that we have to take this referendum like a moment for the next year, because if in Italy win the yes to reform the bicameralism, we can permit to European Union to enter in the national law when some internal law is in contrast with the European advices. So this is one of the first referendum that at least all European countries have to do, because we are moving in general to unificate all the state, not only from a point of euro, but from fiscal and country. We are going to create a only country. So what is the problem? If the no gain, so we block this process temporarily. The market can create a speculative attack to Italy, first one to bonds, second one to bank, and the reflect could be have in all European indexes, because as we know, the Deutsche Bank case is open, so all European banks have great problem. In general, we can have a great bearish moment, and as we can see it today, we have a great problem. The DAX, for example, have started a great bearish downside. Would like to, if you want, I can show some graph if you want.
Of course,
okay.
Definitely. Let me make you the presenter. I hope that I chose. Are you the presenter now?
Okay. I don't know if I can show my laptop. Okay. I think you have to. Okay. Perfect.
Great.
Okay. Let we start with the DAX, because as is my preferred index. I would like to show what's happened today in diary graph. We can see here one thing very important. DAX was closed, like all European index, in very strict range. First one, I think better this. Sorry for my, I'm not a painter. And we have to touch the 38 of Fibonacci. This level we are waiting, because this this Japanese candlestick candle was happened when, as we know, on 10th of this November, with the USA election, and now it's normal to see a short-term correction, bearish correction, of course, and we touch a very important level, for example, in 10 and 10 and 500, and this is if we're going to see all European index, we can see the same. For example, if we see the Euro stock, it's the same. Here we can see practically the same range. DAX open a short-term, probably short-term bearish correction until Christmas. IBEX the same. We have here the same problem, and just one France. Practically we see all the same graph. Yeah, this is the great problem, because from 3 weeks we have this problem. DAX, it's only that open a possibly correction, but I would like to remember a thing. For all traders who like indexes, the day of Draghi, we can have or on a great acceleration to down, or the index go great, do a pullback and start an uptrend in a bullish trend. Which is the problem in this moment? More problem we can have with Forex. Start one with euro dollar, because euro dollar starting a correction from the great support in 1 0.05 area. We can appreciate this better if we see this area is very strong, and now we can have a very important reflection to do here, because first one, if a Fed up the interest rate, the famous parity euro-dollar, it's not a dream. Goldman Sachs say this, but in general I would like that the technical analysis confirm all movement, and we can see another thing very important. First one, it's probably that euro go down until here. This is a very important area, so I think that the dollar in this moment can take a pause until 13th of December, until Fed, and we can see euro dollar up until 107 or 108. If we see, for example, the cable, we can see the same. Cable touch 1.27, this very important level, and here starting a small correction. This is very important to see this, because for the Italian referendum we can have two considerations very important. First one, if yes gain, we can have equity bullish, fixed income bullish, currency bullish, euro go to appreciate, because we have to understand that the Americans cannot permit for a lot of time that this level is very unfundable. The correct level for two economy, European and American, is in 1 and 20. So this problem could be resolved from next year, at least, when Trump on 20th of January come in White House. And commodity, last one, if yes win, could go bearish. Why bearish? All we know, first one with gold, you know that the famous correlation. If we have a bullish trend in index, the gold go down. Why? Because the investor have more going to risk up his risk on a typical risk on phases. So the gold, that is a protective asset, go down. But we know that in this phase of market we do not have correlation, so we have to think that in our trading to study each instrument, because it's difficult to take a correlation, because European index in this moment go down, for example. American index, for example, SP 500 go find a new high, historical high. So the problem now at the market need a correction. So this correction could have more velocity if gain no. In this case we have the opposite situation, probably equities bearish, fixed income bearish, currency bearish, and commodity bullish. Of course, gold go up, if all go down. All depend how the dollar move in this phase, because, for example, we have not correlation. We show another example. For example, dollar yen, dollar today losing power, but dollar yen moving up and can arrive in next weeks in 120, for example. It's a correct point, because it's correspondent to the first part of bearish trend of February of this year. We are going to take all this falling is going to recuperate. Other one, we see, for example, euro dollar going up, cable going up, so we don't have correlation. But in general, you know that in the Forex we have to use a great market mover, dollar, and correlate. For example, if I correlate with yen, it's an example, if yen is going down, it's a bullish signal for index market. For example, if we take the commodity Forex, dollar, Canadian dollar, you know that is correlated with oil. Oil going down, it's correct because it's going down because the oil, you know that yesterday OPEC closed an agreement where we have a cut of oil production, and in this way we can have a bullish trend. Just a moment, here we have, in this moment we have a bullish trend that going to $500. In this moment we are in 501, and we have to see if this is only a first reaction or we create here and bearish future. In this case, I don't know the term, the resistance could going down, like a head and shoulder bearish. So if we, this is just a view that we have to need it to know, because my advice for all traders is only one: waiting the referendum, because if we remember for Brexit, it's not the same, okay? But if we remember in Brexit, many important world traders like George Soros losing a lot of money because no one think that England take Brexit. If you remember the survey, say Brexit survey with the US election, Clinton, Trump gain. In Italy, in this moment, the no gain, the yes. We don't know this. It's very complicated. In this in the article that you see before, you will have a political expression. But in general, in Italy, we have a political problem. The population don't want this government. It's like for example, a signal that the people want a change. No, so if the yes, if no gain, we have, and probably government crisis, populist movement like called M5 star can take the power, and we create a great problem for bonds and Italian bank. This is a very bad situation. I don't think that this problem could be passed until in 2 years, that when we will go to vote, and the probability of no years is equal. We cannot, you know that we cannot do an estimate of what the people will go to vote. So my advice is waiting the Monday. As my colleagues say, we will do another webinar where we explain what's passed in the market, what we have to do to appraise it, this problem. In the article we have all the technical part, suggest obviously, because as we know, we are analysts, we are trader, but we are not magician. It's important to define this problem. So at the last, I would like to advise that open position after Monday. I remember you that tomorrow we have non-farm payroll, another very important appointment, because if the number of working posts in USA is better of expected, probably that Fed up the interest rate is very high. So first, at last, my only advice is created a number of instruments that we want to trade. My suggestion is not more of 5. And we would like to explain that we I would like to suggest that we're waiting for next month, because tomorrow we would it's probably that we will have very very high volatility on dollar, and and we have to see which is the response of the referendum. And as Brexit teach, we will have all the time to take the trend, because in general the trend that is generated after a great news, we can do an example. I would like to take, this is my first last part, take SP 500, for example. Here, this is when this is the China crisis, the trend going down, and we have all the time to take position. Here we have 2-month bearish trend, and after going up. This is the first upping of interest rate in USA, December, January. We can have a similar situation, like a great bearish trend. Some weeks we have all the time to position it, and after going up. This is Brexit, just 1 week, and after going up. Here we have Trump, and if you see the old law of technical analysis of Charles Down, the history always repeat. So here I think we can have the same. It's probably, this is my opinion, of course, that the markets could have bearish trend in index for next 2 weeks, or at least until Christmas, and after when Trump stay in this situation, as always, Americans surely put all in order, we can start with we can going with the upper bullish trend that we live. I just remember from the 2009. I think that we have another year of bullish trend. This is very important to see another thing. We have to take a look at dollar index, and take a decision, because if dollar going up, euro dollar cable take a probability to do new minimum. Cable have to return, for example, and the parity, and dollar and the euro dollar too. So for my advice is to take position from next week, not before, because we are expecting from until Christmas a great volatility. So the occasion to buy or sell could be a lot. This is a technical view. I don't know if you have some question. Ask me all that you want. I have some minutes to dedicate to you, and thank you very much.
There is one question from MJ who's asking what MA is the light blue line. I think it was, I'm not sure which chart it was. I think it was perhaps gold.
What is my light blue?
What MA? Light MA indeed.
This.
No, it was a different chart. It was a black background. I think it was one of the stock indices or
I
gold.
use this to teach with webinars, so we can see different things for this. I don't know which is the line blue. This is only a trend line. That's all. That will help to.
Read it
This?
DAX? No, it was a light blue moving average. What moving average is the light blue moving average? So it was like the DAX.
Okay. The moving average that I use in general, like this 100. This is a simple moving average. I use different moving average depend of instrument, but in general, I advise a very good moving average for me is 200 simple or 150 linear weighted for medium large time. Smallest, I think I use 7 exponential or 30 simple. I adapt depending on instrument or volatility of the instrument. I think it's better to find a good moving average for each instrument. I always find a different moving average depend on volatility, because euro dollar it's not so volatility, but for example DAX or down or Nasdaq need a different approach. I don't know if there are some questions.
That's it at the moment, indeed. I don't see anything in the inbox at the moment, in the question box.
Okay, I hope I explain. I give you some light from on this problem of Italian referendum.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. Very interesting to see it. I think it's going to be indeed a very interesting development. And it's the third kind of big event, isn't it, this year? There's a ton of them, one after another almost now. A lot of these events.
Okay.
One more question, actually. Can you just look at the DAX one more time? The DAX.
Yeah, can you okay. Okay. Ahmad, I have an open position, better taking risk. Oh, okay. Ahmad, if you want, say me which is the position you have open. You give me the enter point, stop and profit, and I'd ask you something if you want without problem. Because you say me sold at okay. Take 1 hour graph. You buy or you have enter. Give me the okay. 550 here. You have enter here. Okay. Where is your stop? First one, Ahmad. I have to ask you something. You are intraday trader, scalping trader, or multi-day trader? First one, when you have opened this position, what do you find? Some point, 10 point, 20 point, 100 point. I would like to know your objective of this position. You have entered for 500 point. You find more. If you explain me this, I can advise you very better. We are going in the psycho trading camp. Intraday, okay. When you have opened this position, which is your hypothetical objective where you think that DAX go? Okay, you have entered here, and what do you find? For example, okay, correct. I don't know which is your ability to maintain a position, but I can advise you. You find this area at least. So, which is the problem here? You have the here we have a great resistance in the 480. Okay, so at tomorrow could be going down better, but today could we have a pullback until your entry level. So let me take 15 minutes and I show you which is the problem. All right. This is a typical psycho trading problem. Okay, you again now 30 point. Okay, your level is correct. My level is 480 and 455. This is my level. In this moment, you know that DAX is going in overnight camp, and until tomorrow we don't know, we don't have a great volatility. So my advice is put stop at 0 if you think, if you are convinced that the DAX can go until here, or for example put 10 point profit, for example put a stop here if you have handle here, same here. The first, I am an intraday trader too, so the first low for me is to cover the profit. Okay, for example, which is the last maximum here? If we see the last maximum, stay here, 10 point. You can protect 10 point, and if you lose, you don't lose. But if you are convinced that the DAX can go down, put your profit, your stop here, for example, 33 point of stop, and finding 100 point. The correlation with your stop and your profit could be at least the same, 101. But in this case, if you are intraday and you find in this moment more point, you have to wait in tomorrow, surely. So for me, I leave you at your judge. Depend what you want to gain, or if you want to expect. Remember that Admiral now have overnight quotation, so you can see this position all the night. But if you are intraday, normally you have to close the position and go to sleep quietly. Depend of you. I don't know which is your target in your mind. In this moment, if you are happy with 30 points, take these points. If you aren't happy, waiting, or put stop at 0, at least you don't lose nothing. The first rule of trader is cut the loss, or if we are in profit, the first one is or cover profit or stop at 0. This is very, very important in our trading. Okay, I hope, Amab, that my view can help with your trade.
All right, great stuff. Thank you so much, Giancarlo, and
Thank you too.
we really appreciate it. So Nenad and I will continue talking a bit about what we had prepared, and I'm sure everyone is really appreciative of. So take a look at the blog, folks, for Giancarlo's intensive article, really discussing a lot of good stuff and material angles on the upcoming referendum and what you need to know of as a trader. Thanks again, Giancarlo.
Thank you very much to you, and we see next week to discuss, of course, the result of this referendum, and I hope to give some more indication in the markets for our Admiral trader. Thank you very much.
Thank you too. All right.
Bye.
Great stuff from Giancarlo there. So I'm going to share my screen. What remains in the upcoming webinar, folks, is basically some details about the referendum here. Once again, we're not going to go into a lot of those details. We have the article for that, explaining a lot of angles. So we just want to give you kind of the basics so that you have that already in mind. And you can get, for the full kind of information, you can go to the article. After I do that, I'm going to pass it over to Nenad, and he's going to take a look at his market view, look at the charts, look at the DAX and other indices and other currency pairs. All right, so that's what's up still. So quickly from my side, key details that you want to know about the referendum. Obviously, it's on Sunday, the 4th of December. Italy will be voting, Italian citizens will be voting yes or no in this referendum. And that's because the law was passed, but the Constitution needs a 2/3 majority, and it didn't reach that level of majority. So it passed with the majority, but not 2/3, which means that we need, or Italy needs, a referendum. In that case, because it's a referendum, it's not a repeal referendum, all right, you just basically need more people in favor than against. There's no minimum number of people that need basically to show up, right? If there's, let's say, theoretically, if only 20% of the people show up for that referendum, it doesn't matter, apparently, all right? So these reforms have been proposed by Prime Minister Renzi, and this is a constitutional amendment, all right? Now, what is it all about? Basically, just a couple of things. The list is a lot longer, once again, but you know, it's all in all, it's the stability of the government. The Italian government has not been that great since the Second World War, and there have been dozens of governments. I think, I don't know what the number is, but I think it's somewhere in the 60, but don't hold me on that, okay? But it's quite high considering that, you know, the Second World War ended 61 years ago, so that's probably about a government per year. So it's not stable enough, basically. That's the criticism. And the amendment wants to centralize the power more to the government, to the national government, wants provinces to have less power, basically less senators. That's basically the vibe that you get here from this amendment. You gonna see what the goal is basically trying to take away, streamline the decision-making into the central government, take it away from the provinces, and try to make reforms more efficient. Also trying to make it more possible for the party that wins the elections to kind of lead the country stably for a longer period of time. Now, that might sound not that bad, you might think, but there is a lot of opposition to that. And there are some good reasons for that. For instance, The Economist said that they think that Italy should vote no. All right, because they think that Renzi is kind of using it as a blackmail, something like that. They were saying because they think that it is basically, they're saying you should vote for this if you want to move forward, but there are a lot of things that are questionable, and you know, in the way they're reforming, for instance, how the Senate will be operated and who's joining and all these details. If, however, if there is a yes vote, at this moment, the no vote is ahead. There are a lot of people still undecided, but if the yes vote wins, there will be some reforms. It could be interesting, more interesting for the foreign investor. There will be less political uncertainty, economic, financial, political uncertainty. Prime Minister will be able to stay to 2018 most likely, and there will be a continuation of that. All right. Now, if there's a no vote, it's not that Italy will be exiting. It's not true. Okay. It is just that basically the Constitution Amendment has been rejected. So there are a couple of scenarios. The Prime Minister stays, but it's weakened. He leaves himself. There will be a new Prime Minister, or he leaves himself, right? But then there could be a new Prime Minister in 2018, or he's perhaps even set aside. I'm not sure if that's possible. Or the third option is new elections. If there are new elections, that's basically the political risk here at this moment, because then you have new elections. There's a new political landscape potential with the political party called the Five Star. They want a referendum on the euro. That could be close. That could mean potentially Italy out of the euro, and who knows what else, maybe even the EU. And with all the potential, you know, impacts on the Italian debt and interest rate curves. So this is also could be a trendsetter for next year. You got France, Germany, Holland elections. So Italy at this moment, it is a big country. It's a big economy. It's a big debt. It's a sizable situation here, let's say, for the EU and the Eurozone. It's a bit risky. So, you know, what is the best for Italy? What is the best for the EU? There's a lot of dynamics going on here. So that's why we have an upcoming webinar as well. The future of the euro itself, gloom or glory, that's December 27th. So we would like to invite you to that one, where we discuss, we'll know the impact of Italy a bit, at least a few weeks. We'll know what they voted. And we're going to discuss, frankly and openly, what the picture of the euro looks like, what needs to be done to improve it, is it going, how bad is it going, etc. All right, so basically in Italy that leaves, that has its impact, sorry, in Italy that says no, excuse me, has its impact on the markets, and there could be some investment sentiment that responds to that. Now, there could be already some, the no vote is already ahead, so there could be already some of that priced in. So how much movement we get connected to that is unclear. It also depends on the aftermath and how the things develop regarding that. So those are big question marks as well. At this moment, the no vote looks like it's going to win, and we're going to have to see how the markets really react to that. All right, but I think there will be some reaction to it, but maybe not as much as we think. All right, so with that in mind, what is, for the EU at this moment with regard to the referendum vote, it would probably be better if Italy would vote yes, right? Because then the reforms can be pushed, it will calm the markets. For Italy, all right, that's an open question, and that would depend on your political views, on what you think is important. If you're an Italian who lives in Italy, I would almost say that I would agree with the economist in saying that I think a no vote could be better for Italy itself. Just being here frankly honest with you. But there are a lot of things to consider. Ultimately, it's the Italians who are going to choose, and non-Italians will have to wait. So, that's just how it is with these referendums and elections, of course. Same in Britain, same in the US. This is the third kind of biggie this year. Next year we got a couple of big ones too in France and Germany. Key major large Euro EU member states. So political developments are quite interesting and quite dynamic. So that's it. It's just a quick background here about what you can expect from this this Italian referendum. What do you, I'm going to hand it over to Nenad in just a second. What would you vote for yourself? If you just a quick poll here, if you have any preference. If you don't, just write NA. If you're really not into it, or if you haven't looked into it and you're not sure. Most of the criticisms about it is that is from the Italians is that they'll be succeeding too much power basically in a too dangerous way. The fact that basically one party could dominate without much opposition, as far as I've understood. All right, I'm not a political expert here, but that basically, is their criticism is that the Constitution will not address the proper things that are causing the pain in Italy at the moment. Many of the people think that the euro itself is largely to blame, for instance. So they don't think that Constitution will be able to address it. All right. Others will say that reform is needed. This might not be the best reforms, but at least a step forward, etc. You get the drill. All right. So that's just to give you some clues about the debate going on. We got one NA, so I guess some indecision here. No problem at all. We're going to pass it over to Nenad, and he's going to take a look at the markets and discuss what he is expecting or thinking about with regard to the financial markets.
Thanks, Chris. Excellent intro. Now I will tell you my personal opinion. So you might agree, you might not agree with me. And this is actually what I have basically understood from referendum. The thing is, guys, if we have a yes vote, the Senate will be rendered probably powerless. And if we have a no vote, there will be, and there should be probably, a political disturbance. The problem is that ECB won't bail them out, and Germany won't let them. Simple as that, right? So even though they could do that, the banks will probably fear interlending. And now in the worst case scenario, that could spark a GFC, okay? So that is really a huge problem for banks, and I personally hope that we will not see that. I mean, you all know that Italy has endured a long period of recession that was lasting almost a decade. And now with all this migration crisis, there is really a huge concern for Italy and their economy. Really, I'm looking forward to see the results. I will give you my setups also on trading, but just from economic point of view, you need to think about these guys. And I think that people who live in Italy, they should know the consequences. I know that the economy is not their main concern because 90% of people simply don't understand simple economical terms. I mean, you know, the ordinary people, they're only interested to live better. They don't understand how can they do that. But the problem is their government should understand it. So they need to be aware of this fact. ECB, I don't think they will bail them, really. And the banks will fear interlending, okay? Also, guys, my opinion, again, I stated this is my opinion. Maybe in some future, if we fear of some crisis, or if we fear that some bad things may happen to Eurozone or whatever, then European Union should split the currency in two. Northern Europeans should have a stronger currency, Southern Europeans should have a weaker currency. Now I would really like to ask governments, how is Greece and Spain going to reduce unemployment with such a strong currency? In the economy, we use the term sticky. Don't forget, wages are sticky. They simply don't go down quickly during economic hardship. They usually stay flat. And if there is no currency devaluation and wages don't drop, then the country is not competitive. This is, guys, the basic explanation of a single economy. I mean, can it be really more basic than this? So ordinary people and people who have no clue about the economy should think about it. Governments should also think about it. This is what I'm asking them. Okay? Now, let's stick now to the trading itself. This will be a tradable event. Okay? And this event, this is what I see here, guys. I mean, again, this will be probably a high risk event. So have in mind that we will have probably huge movement in euro-dollar. Euro-dollar is the main currency pair that should be traded after or during the referendum, or if you want to make pending orders, that's fine. We already gave you the system, okay, where you can trade also post-referendum results. Okay, I will show you. I hope that you have already seen it. The thing is that this form of trading is called spike trading, or actually you can trade with pending orders here. And on our web page there is a new blog entry named Forex and CFD Strategy and Tools to Trade the Italian Referendum 2016. Okay, and this is the system. This is how you should approach to this news world event trading. We have a world event template that you can download it here on our platform. You should download, guys, Admiral Market Supreme Edition. Really use it to your convenience because it will help you generate easier orders, and you will be actually able to see what is happening in current market. And you can use volatility protection tool that should protect your account during big volatility. Okay, and read this, please. Okay, this is the strategy that you can do on 4-hour time frame, and it can be tradable with any single world event. It's explained here. It should be easy for you to understand it. Okay, it's very easy, guys, and it's comprehensible. Now, what is also important, this is what I see. Euro dollar, yes vote, euro rally, no vote, euro tanking. On a no vote, euro dollar down to 1.0461. Okay, on a yes vote, euro up to 1.0850. Because of the reasons I stated before, like 5 minutes ago, euro dollar should be sold on rallies afterwards. Parity is possible. Okay, we traders are not interested about what governments will do. We will trade whatever market gives us. As analytic expert and master economy, I have a master in economy, I'm very interested to see what governments will do. So we need to distinguish those two important things. As the analyst, I'm interested. As a trader, I'm really not interested. So you as a trader should not be involved in such a deep economy, but you should know at least those basic things in the economy, basic principles. So this is what we have, and this is what we could do. Let me show you the charts now. For this purpose of that pre-fact analysis, I need to use daily euro-dollar chart set on monthly pivot points, Camarilla. If you scroll your chart to the left, you will see, guys, important support. This is where we see historical buyers. In Forex market history repeats itself. Okay, and that is why you as a trader should exploit the generous offer by market. Forex is, for me, in my opinion, simply the best market to trade. Of course, I also like indices, stocks. I mean stocks not so, but if we talk about indices that I like, indices, equities, but I prefer Forex more, really. I simply see on this chart, it's very easy for me to identify the most important, single most important point in the near future, and that is, okay, that is the low of this candle, that is actually 1.0461, 1.0462, let's say. Okay, if this breaks, guys, if this level breaks, well, then we will probably see 1.0370 L3 down, guys, to a possible parity. Monthly pivot points also support my view. On rallies, euro dollar, as I said, it could go to 1.0850 simply, guys, because this is an order block. Okay, this is a huge order block here. This is bearish order block. Okay, so at this point, this is now bearish order block because the low of this candle before a prior move up was exactly at 0.850. Okay, so this order block is also set on a so-called psychological level. Banks like to trade on 0, 0, and 50 levels. Those are rounded numbers. Okay, 50 is rounded number, 0, 0 is round number. So I call it the same, rounded numbers. Okay, So this is an important number. On euro-dollar rally, this could go up. If we see a tank in euro-dollar pair, it could go to 1.0465 to 60. Below that, well, sell on rallies towards 0.370, and eventually during the year we will see probably the parity, but I mean this is now trading event, so from trading perspective this could be seen on up move, this could be seen on down move. Below that we see here, and generally after a relief rally euro dollar will probably be sold off again. Okay, I am very clear with this, guys. I mean very, very clear with this. I might be wrong, of course everyone can be wrong, but this is my view. Pound dollar, I don't see anything specific about pound dollar. Pound dollar is ranging 1.2300, 1.2650, no major change. Okay, no major change to pound. Pound has its own agenda, its own problems with Brexit, or no problems with it. So I expect pound dollar not to be changed anything specially. Currently, the pound is undergoing a relief rally that might go even to 28, because this is a huge order block here. It's actually historical M bottom here, and it will be it could be a retest that is standing on EMA 89H4 and previous order block. So if you see pound dollar bounce, it could be up to 28 something, like a little bit up 28.20, 28. Okay, so this is what I see. Okay, and the low of 0.2 M bearish, that is even 28.75. But I don't see that in this particular case, because at near term it is in between 27.55 and 28. That is the low of order block 27.97. Okay, but we call it round number, so that is 28. So 27.50 to 28 could be next target on a GBP dollar rally. Okay, so as I say, there is a major range 26.50, and yes, I think that we could see that. Yes. I don't see, unfortunately, any questions. Chris, please, if you see any questions, I will answer, because I don't see a question tab here for unknown reasons. So guys, if you have any questions, yeah. Yeah, I cannot see even comments. So that is what I see on pound dollar. This means Euro GBP also short opportunity. Okay, the comment about Euro GBP, as if you remember, guys, a few days ago I did the analysis and our first target was hit. Okay, that was 85.75. Okay, you remember the analysis a couple of days ago, and yes, I was very specific about the target, and after it hit 85.75, it started to drop, because guys, this was important target. I also stated in my article, okay, here 85.75 was the target, and probably you could have read it. I will provide you with the link, and yes, that will probably mean that our beloved Euro GBP will be shorted. And here this was potential upside move, okay, but we had 85.75. Okay, that was really stated very clear. Okay, if there is a H1 momentum or 4-hour close above 85.75, and here this was the target. What happened after my analysis? It hit 85.75 to the pip. So now you see why I like Forex market and why I really like and enjoy these levels. They are very, very, very good to trade, really. Okay, so pound dollar, okay, here no major change. Only the thing is, if it breaks 26.50, I can see it going up to 28. And finally, dollar yen, my opinion is long into dips. Long into dips. The question, tanking is a synonym for free fall. Yes, tanking means a free fall. What is my view on Euro Yen? I think the result is announced on Sunday, guys. Depending on the time zone, I think, but don't hold me for that. Maybe it could be on Sunday 10 p.m. GMT, but don't hold me for that. We should definitely watch news on Sunday and see if there will be polling, there will be some results. But I think Sunday, yeah. But okay, as I say, don't hold me for that. We will definitely check it on Sunday. We will check it on Sunday. So yeah, I will take a look into Euro Yen, but let me show you Dollar Yen. This is, guys, what I see on Dollar Yen. Generally, guys, my opinion is that Dollar Yen is long into dips. The range is in between 113.00 and 116.0. If you remember, I told you that 113 is an important level on my webinars. So I still hold that view that 113 is important, indeed. Yes vote, temporary relief. No vote, dollar will go strong. If we see a relief, well, that will be an important opportunity for us to buy the dip into Dollar Yen. Okay, so my opinion is that we could buy the dip into Dollar Yen on a temporary relief. Here you will see my 1 hour chart. If we go to daily chart, guys, you see a huge rally into Dollar Yen. It is a so-called ascending scallop. This is, guys, ascending scallop. You see there was first we have a J-shaped ladder that is going up. Also we see a close above L3. That is also monthly pivot point. So it's very, very, very strong, guys, pivot point. Shorter term, as I said, 113.00 is very also important level to watch for. The problem here is that some traders might think that if there is a yes vote, dollar will lose a lot. I don't think so. My opinion is that it could be any dip in Dollar Yen could be used to buy the dip scenario. In my opinion, Euro Dollar could use some retracement because, guys, here we don't see any retracement. This is not a good retracement. If we pull a Fibonacci from left to right, from bottom to top, we will see that even 23.6 cannot be reached on a daily time frame. Look at this daily candle, so strong, guys. Dollar Yen is heavily correlated to equities, especially with Nikkei index. S&P 500, watch the correlation. I stated many times, it is trying to break this double top. It is trying to break this above this order block. Okay, so my opinion, it could go even more to the upside, okay, even to 116.00 short term, and a drop could use for a trend continuation. One more thing, a trader asked me to analyze Euro Yen. Euro Yen is at resistance. This is a resistance, guys. A huge spike down, free fall, tanking, call it whatever you like, from 121.94. This is important resistance. Above resistance, it will be probably 122 up to 123.26. Below that, it should go down. On a no vote, probably we might see a tank also in Euro Yen. Now, if we open a correlation matrix, we will put, guys, here, we'll put H4, let's say last 200 bars, and we will see the correlation between Euro Dollar and Euro Yen. Let me do this. Then I will also proceed with further questions. So Euro Dollar, Euro Yen, use correlation table. This is an excellent tool. Okay, so you see the correlation. Euro Dollar and Euro Yen, it is minus 89 correlation. So what does it tell us? It could be a little bit different, but on daily chart is plus 29. So short-term perspective, guys. Short-term perspective, okay, let's see. shorter term, I mean, there is no strong data shorter term. Well, yes. Last 50 bars, as expected, it's a different correlation. Euro dollar, euro yen minus 64. So short term, if euro dollar goes down, euro yen could go up and vice versa. So on a no vote, euro dollar down, euro yen up, and vice versa for a yes vote. But longer term, okay, I mean longer term, they could go in a similar direction. That is still supporting my view that euro dollar might go to parity. Okay. Yes. But shorter term, those currencies are counter correlated. Will the market still act like it does during Melbourne session for 1 hour if the result is Sunday night? Well, guys, be prepared for possible gaps, okay? We might see some possible gaps, okay? Will Australian dollar and New Zealand dollar will be affected? Yes, simply because of USD, not because of Australian dollar strength or weakness. Australian dollar is hard commodity, New Zealand dollar is soft commodity. Australian dollar is linked to iron ore, gold, and copper. New Zealand is simply dairy and milk products. So mostly what I think will be linked to dollar. So pay attention to dollar index, dollar strength or weakness. That will affect other pairs. Okay, you need to watch dollar index, guys. That will be also very important to watch for during the referendum night when results will be announced. I expect possibly some gaps to form. Okay, that's normal, guys. If you want to trade gaps, please go to our webinar where we explained which gaps are tradable. Okay, common gaps are tradable, so if you spot a common gap, it should be tradable. Okay, don't go for runaway gaps. Okay, you cannot trade runaway gaps, you will lose. So only trade common gaps. I don't have time to explain how to trade gaps, but if you have the time, after we close our webinar, go to our YouTube channel, Google how to trade gaps, and you will actually see us explaining which kind of gaps you can trade. Okay. So my answer to the question, will the market still act like it does during Melbourne session for 1 hour? I don't think so. I think there should be volatility because traders will join the fray. Okay, that is what I think. So guys, I don't see any particular questions. Giancarlo already explained his view about DAX. We explained our view about political, economical situation. What about Swissy? Swissy probably will be affected. Of course, dollar Swissy will be affected because it's counter-correlated to euro-dollar. In case of euro-dollar going up, dollar Swissy will go down, okay? Dollar Swissy will go down. In case of euro-dollar going up, dollar Swissy will go down. If you ask me about Euro Swissy, guys, I really don't have a clue because Euro Swissy probably there could be some interventions on Euro Swissy. I'm not really concerned into Euro Swissy trading. SNB could, if they have, I heard last time when they protected the floor that they have a subsidiary that can intervene even on during Asian session. That was the latest information I had when Euro floor was still defended. I don't know if they still have subsidiary to actually defend Euro Swissy during Asian market, but I don't think there will be a huge impact during Asia, but maybe there will be some impact during London Open. I mean, the whole day should be volatile, guys. There should be a lot of trading opportunities. I can't wait for this personally, really. I really can't wait to give you new setups after this, and let's trade it together. I mean, I will definitely do post-effect analysis, and Chris too. So we are really excited about this as traders, guys, also, and of course as analysts. So let's see. I hope that we answered most of your questions. Very concise, very clear. Okay. Protect your accounts. Use VPS. volatility protection tools, guys, that our brokers have provided you with. Okay, it's only available to Admiral Market clients. So if you don't have the account, open the account and trade safely. Okay. Will you be tweeting during Monday like you did for US elections? Well, I don't know. Maybe I will. Yeah, I will see, guys. First of all, if we have some impact during early market open, I will tweet. I don't know if I really will be up late till 2, 3 a.m. because, guys, I'm not a robot. I need to sleep. I mean, really, but I will probably try to tweet. Definitely, I will hand over some tweets. I will see if there is movement, so I might give you some maybe short setup to scalp, whatever. Why not? If there will be movement, well, but I need to sleep. Maybe better to keep finger away till Monday 16. No, till Monday 18. Yes, Monday depends, guys. Yes, if you're referring to our webinar, it's 5 p.m. GMT. It's 6 GMT plus 1 hour standard time. So indeed, if you are not eager to trade, then wait. But if you still want to have some excitement and you want to actually do something, then yes. My advice is to trade euro-dollar. My advice is to trade euro-dollar. That is what should be tradable, indeed. Also, guys, don't forget tomorrow is NFP, right? So I think, yeah, so we definitely need to cover all possible aspects because, guys, NFP will have some, you know, it will have some impact on the market tomorrow, but, well, the main impact probably, in my opinion, is Italian referendum. Thank you, guys, for listening. We are already over the time. I wish you to trade well, be safe, okay, and use VPS tool to protect your account. We will talk to you again soon, and tomorrow expect pre-NFP coverage. Cheers, guys, and as always, trade safe.